Hey guys, my name is Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be testing out a bunch of new e.l.f. products. So I'm super excited because I've got the new matte putty primer, I've got the new version of the Camo concealer, also the sponge that goes with it, and then even their new setting powder. I'm also going to be testing out some bonus products as well, but before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up down below and to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. But let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do actually before I get into all the new e.l.f. products is use this spray that I picked up from Walmart today. This is by Hard Candy. They had a new line there that was like Hard Candy x Marilyn Monroe. So I'm not sure where that came from, but this is the Rose Drench Toner and Refresher with hyaluronic acid and rosewater. It helps to hydrate and plump. So I know like hyaluronic acid is really popular right now. It's great for hydrating the skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and spritz this. Not a bad mist. It kind of smells like that rose primer water from Wet n Wild that came out a while ago. Smells nice. Now I do have a combination mostly oily skin, but I did want to do that because I'm going to be using the e.l.f. matte putty primer. So I wanted to give my skin a little bit of hydration back. So I have been using the original e.l.f. putty primer that's supposed to be like a dupe for the Tatcha primer. Now I really do enjoy that one, and I feel like it does a good job of filling in your pores, but because like I said, I do have oily skin, I wanted to try the matte version. They do have this in the luminous version as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you the claims. This is cruelty-free and vegan. It says this mattifying skin perfecting putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin, smoothing over imperfections. Infused with kaolin clay and white charcoal to help absorb excess oil and grip makeup for all day wear. The result is a smooth, poreless, shine-free matte complexion. So it just says to apply a thin, even amount to clean, moisturized skin prior to makeup application. Allowed to set for 30 seconds before applying the foundation. And it says the color is universal sheer. So there's no color, there's no like tint to it. So I did notice that this one, the matte one, is white. The original one kind of has a pink tint to it, not that it really shows up on your skin. And then the luminous one had a bit of a yellow tint. So this is what it looks like here. So same texture as the original one. Go ahead. And I hope you guys can tell that the lighting is hopefully better. I have finally gotten the box lights my sister Catherine got me for Christmas setup, so I'm really excited about them. And then if you hear that whining in the background, that is our puppy Jackson, because Honey is sitting at the top of the stairs taunting him. So as far as how it's feeling on the skin, it feels very similar to the original one. So I don't know if it's done any mattifying yet, but we will follow the directions and give that 30 seconds to set. Okay, so that's had some time to sink into the skin. I do feel like it has a little bit of a mattifying effect, but I don't feel like it's drastically different from the original one, at least not right now. We'll have to see it once we get the rest of our makeup on. So to stick with the theme of the video, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I have mine in the shade Natural. This is a bit dark for me right now, but I just wanted to stick with the theme, so if it looks a little crazy, I'm sorry. Okay, so I actually feel like that color wasn't too bad for me right now. So I like the way that it applied. I wouldn't say it's completely, absolutely blurring, but it did do a good job of filling in the pores. I like the finish of it. It's not like too shiny or anything like that. I would say that this foundation typically has like a natural finish to it. So I do think this does a good job just keeping everything kind of more on the matte side as opposed to the dewy. The next thing I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I know that a lot of people really like the original Camo Concealer. I, weirdly enough, decided to go with the Hydrating one. One, because it was a new product, and two, because I feel like I'm always using mattifying stuff for my combo oily skin. So I wanted to do this as kind of like, you know, to counteract that. So it says on here, oversized doe foot to conceal, contour, and highlight. And then I got this in the shade Fair Warm. So it looks like that would be a pretty good shade for me. And then I actually got the Camo Concealer Sponge from e.l.f. as well that is supposed to go with this concealer. So hopefully, you know, that'll give us, you know, the perfect finish with this. Yes, okay, so you're supposed to dampen this sponge too. So this is what it looks like right now. This is how big it is. So I'm gonna go wet it underwater and we'll see how much bigger it gets. Okay, so it definitely got a lot bigger. So this is it compared to the box. You can see that there. This is probably the softest sponge I have ever felt, like beauty sponge. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, so we will see. It's also kind of a unique shape. Usually it has the pointed end and then the rounded on the bottom, but this is pointed on both sides. So I think this is meant to specifically be able to get up under the eyes. So for the concealer, oh wow, this looks exactly like the Tarte Shape Tape. Look how big that doe foot is. So I'm just gonna do my usual spots for concealing. And then we're just gonna blend this out. Okay, so there is the concealer all blended out. Like I said originally, I just feel like the sponge is a little bit too soft. So I don't know if it's the sponge or the product, the concealer, but I feel like it's almost picking product back up a little bit. So I don't know how I feel about that. I will say that the shape is really good, and because it is soft, it's easy to get into the inner corners and around your eyes. But I feel like I'm missing a little bit of that stability. And then the concealer, I think it's nice. I'm just, like I said, I'm not sure which is causing me the problem yet. So I feel like I have to keep testing them out, and then also maybe test them out separately too. So now the next product I'm going to go in with is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is in the shade Light. So what I've been seeing about this product is that it's supposed to be a setting powder, but it's supposed to give like a filtered finish, a little bit of a luminous finish. I've heard that this is comparable to the new Jaclyn Hill powders. So the claims are: want to make your skin look like it's wearing a beauty filter? The silky, weightless texture of this setting powder drapes the skin for a dreamy, blurring, soft focus finish. Created with finely milled synthetic sapphire particles. That's really interesting. You've heard of diamond, ground up diamond in powder before. I never heard sapphire particles. To give your skin a soft glow, help smooth the appearance of fine lines and blur imperfections. Formulated to keep shine at bay and ensure makeup looks and feels fresh throughout the day. Directions: roll a powder brush over the powder, tap the excess, and apply onto the face and neck to set makeup. So it looks like in the pictures, the direction has a nice sifter in there too. And now this powder did come in light, medium, and dark, I believe. So of course I got the light shade. Okay, so this actually has the same sifter as in another product new from e.l.f. I'm gonna show you. So you can see it has this thing that turns in here. So you can open up to the side where the little holes are or close it up. So that's going to be perfect for traveling. So now some other e.l.f. products along with these I'm going to be testing out are the e.l.f. X Nabela Noir collection. So I've been really wanting this, and then it was finally on sale for 50% off at e.l.f.com. So this is really cool. It comes with 5 brushes, but they're in like a beautiful pink color for her collection. A lip kit, so it kind of reminded me of the Kylie lip kits. So it's a liquid lip and a pencil that matches, and then this highlighter. So I have tested these 2 products out already, and this is the same kind of sifter that's going to be in the glow powder. So I'm going to use the powder brush from the Nabela collection. This is what it looks like here. Beautiful pink color, has her name on the edge. So I'm just going to put, you can see there, some of the product into the cap. I think to start, I'm going to use this to set where I put the concealer, and we'll see what it looks like. We're going to do the whole face. So I'm going to pick up that product on the brush. It's just lying everywhere a little bit. That's okay. I do kind of feel like it's blurring a bit. I don't know how I'm going to feel with this for oily skin. I don't feel like it's going to keep me matte throughout the day, but we'll see. I'm actually just going in and setting the rest of the face now. I actually want to see what happens if I take a little bit more of this powder and use our still slightly damp sponge and put that up under the eyes. I feel like that gave a little bit of blurring, or a little bit more rather. Okay, so I feel like it's set the foundation and concealer down now. I do kind of feel like it gave, you know, a little bit of a blurring effect. Yeah, I do like that. And no, like the color is very fair. I don't feel like it gave any extra coverage. It just kind of smoothed everything out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, see how everything applies over top of these products, and then I will be back to give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is it for the completed makeup look. Now I'm just going to go ahead and go through all the products quickly and give you my final thoughts. So for the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer, I do really like this. And, you know, as I've been wearing my makeup for a little bit now, I do feel like it's doing a really good job of mattifying. It already did a good job of smoothing out the pores, and I feel like that is consistent with the original version of this product. But I do feel like with my oily skin, this might just be a little bit of a better option. Next is the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, and it does have on here satin finish. I do agree with that. I don't feel like it's super dewy or super matte. I actually feel like it was a good combination with the mattifying primer to kind of like give me like that what do you say, more of like a natural finish. So the combo of the matte and the more dewy. So I do really like this. I like that it has the big doe foot, just like the Tarte Shape Tape. I will say though that with using it with the sponge, so the next product here, this is the Halo Concealer Sponge from e.l.f. I don't know which one was kind of like picking the product back up off of itself, like off of the foundation and kind of letting a little more redness peeking through. So I did have to apply a little bit of extra of this, but I will say that the sponge did do a really good job of working around the eyes, but I don't know how I feel about it being so soft. So I feel like I'm going to have to keep testing these two out, but also testing them on their own separately to see which one was the one kind of giving me that little bit of a problem. Then finally, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in the shade Light. I would say this was probably the star of this little haul here. I really feel like this did a good job of blurring. It did a nice job of setting the rest of the makeup, the full face, so I feel like I really like this. The only thing I would say, maybe it would be good if they had more of a shade range, because it was only light, medium, and dark, at least from what I saw. And I just want to point out too that there is no shimmer in this product. It just kind of gives you a blurred, not dewy, but more of a luminous finish. It's not going to make you look shiny or anything like that. Then as far as the Nabela collection, I do love the brushes and I think they're beautiful. I love the bright pink color. The highlighter, as you can see there on my cheekbones, it's a beautiful shade. However, I don't really think it's universal, and I think that was kind of supposed to be you know, the vibe, the theme of it, that everyone can wear it, but if I'm not mistaken. But I think for me, I don't know that you can really see in this lighting, but it is like super gold. So I feel like it's a little dark on me right now. I think hopefully maybe in the summertime, it will be better on, you know, more tan skin. It's, like I said, a beautiful color, but I think if you're like very fair like me, it's not going to be your perfect shade. And then for the lip products, so these are the liner and then the liquid lipstick. I would say the formula of these are great. Not drying, even, nice and matte. Don't make your lips feel like too dried out or crusty, anything like that. The thing is, I just don't love the shade on me. I think it's a pretty shade, but it's not for me. When I saw it on Nabela, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. It looked like this beautiful, perfect pinky nude, like the perfect shade I've been looking for. But I think I'm still on the hunt for it because this one is too like, almost like a terracotta brown on me. Like I said, I think it's a pretty color, but it's not my most favorite. Like what I think I would have to do is add maybe a more like nude, like pinky nude onto me, you know, just to kind of make it better for what I like personally. The last thing that I forgot to mention actually is this e.l.f. lip lacquer in the shade Clear. Since I wasn't able to get my hands on the Shane Dawson, I guess it was called the Shane Glosson, like root beer scented clear gloss, I really been on the hunt for one, and this was $3. I don't want to mess this up, but I do just want to try it. It feels nice and thick, like it doesn't feel like super sticky. It was a nice shine. For $3, perfect. But okay guys, that's all I have for this video today. I really enjoyed testing out all these e.l.f. products. If you've tested them out, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Or if you picked up any other new e.l.f. or drugstore products, I would love to hear about them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye guys.